What's up, family? Welcome back to the channel, and thanks for tuning in. I was thinking about a movie that many of us, especially the dudes, the old heads, the OGs, whatever, the unks, all of us have seen the classic movies, The Godfather. If you haven't seen it, and you like drama type with a little action, a lot of action, old school setting. If you haven't seen Godfather, it's worth the watch. If you're into like the mafia type, drama type movies, you need to see The Godfather. No one does it better, in my opinion, than The Godfather. But I was thinking about that movie, and I was thinking about the principles that are found all throughout that movie. I mean, literally, if you're paying attention, if you're watchful, if you're aware, you're really soaking it out. Of course, many of us who have seen it one time, we've seen it 100 times. So we can almost quote verbatim a lot of the lines that are in there. Obviously, from the title, those of you who have seen the movie, I'm going to have Barzini somewhere in the title. So you'll know, those of you who know Godfather, you know who Barzini is. But just to bring everybody else up to speed, just a little bit, in the movie The Godfather, there is a scene where all of the heads of the families have gathered together. There's some main characters that's going on. Again, those of you who don't know the movie, I'm assuming most of us have watched it. But there's the main character of Vito Corleone, and then you have the Tattaglia family, and then you have Sollozzo, and then you have Barzini. When they come to the meeting at the time, Vito Corleone is the boss. He's the head of all of the family. He's very powerful. He has put in the work, put in the time. He has the history. So he has a lot of things in his back pocket, so to speak, that they wanted access to. Politicians, judges, lawyers, influence, power, so on and so forth. They wanted to have some access to that, as well as receive his permission, because he was head of those families as well, to be able to run narcotics within their system, which he was against. Because as those of you know, the whole goal here is to be legit but not legit, if that makes sense. So there's some morality there, but then of course y'all know how that goes. With any system of power, he was big against not having narcotics. So they have a meeting where Sollozzo and Tattaglia is pretty much going to state their case to him about, we would like to sell these illegal products, and we would like your blessing. To which he says no. The third guy that I told you about, Barzini, he kind of lies in the cut. This is the one I want to focus on. So you can even watch those of us who have been deceived by people very close to us. There are some principles here that we can pick up on. He makes a statement, and I'm going to paraphrase it, but he pretty much tells the head boss, Vito Corleone, if you refuse our request, it will not be the sign of a friend, but it will be the sign pretty much that you want us to be enemies, which is a silent threat. Again, Sollozzo and Tattaglia are the ones that's kind of going back and forth. Later on, there's a hit. The head man, Corleone, he still said no. Everybody went their separate ways. Not long after that, there was a hit put out for him when he got shot. He didn't die, but come back to be the Tattaglia family, so on and so forth. Keep going. He's riding in the car, Vito Corleone, and he's discussing things with one of his men he go to for counsel. And he says to him, Barzini, it was Barzini all alone. That's what he said. So his consigliere, or the guy he goes to for counsel, says, no, you mean Tattaglia. And he said, nah, Tattaglia's a pimp. He never could have outsmart Sonny, which Sonny was his oldest son, who they destroyed him at a like a traffic stop. They lit him up with about 100 rounds of them things, used his emotion against him. He said Tattaglia could have never figured that out. It was Barzini all along. That's what I want to talk about. Because any of us who have really been betrayed in life by people close to us, we have been betrayed by people who move like Barzini. The Barzinis of life, they don't get loud. They're not going to yell at you. But they're the most dangerous in your circle. They won't go on social media and badmouth you. They won't go to your best friend and badmouth you. They won't say anything against you out loud. But in their mind, they're thinking, they're operating. There's some jealousy there. That's what you have to watch for. You have to watch for the Barzinis. So this is what I will say for point number one. And y'all have seen this. Watch out for people who don't take either side. Remember, Salat Sosa Tattaglia is going back and forth. Barzini is just watching. Watch out for people that don't take any side, but somehow they know the details of the whole situation. Watch out for them. That's a Barzini. Watch out for people. I learned this trick all the way back, man, probably in high school. I'm going to give a hypothetical situation. I would tell one of my friends, hypothetical, I'm going to get me a Coke. I would tell another one, I'm going to get me a Pepsi. And they not together, just individual. Man, I'm going to get a Coke. Different situation. Man, I'm going to get a Pepsi. Third guy, by himself. Man, I'm going to get a Mountain Dew. I would tell three guys separately three different things. There's no way that they can know I'm going to get anything other than what I told them. So if the guy that I said I'm going to get a Coke mentioned something about a Mountain Dew later on down the line, I knew he had to talk to him. That's how, hypothetical, but I actually did those things in real time to come to find out who it was in the group. Watch out for that person. That's a Barzini. Barzinis use puppets. They're not going to speak out loud. They're going to use puppets to do the dirty work for them, just like Barzini did, so that their hands already stay clean. Here's what they do. If you have an enemy and you know that they are an enemy and they know that you know that they are an enemy, then it's going to be hard for them to get close to you. So what a Barzini will do, a Barzini will wait and find the weak points of people around you, people that you trust. He will find a weak point in their life until they become a traitor. See, if you're an enemy, you're not a traitor. You are already an enemy. But to get close to you, you need a traitor in the group. You need somebody that you think is loyal to you, but behind the scenes is not loyal to you. That was in the movie Tessio. That's who, and Barzini got him to try to set up some other stuff. Watch out for the puppet. They need a traitor. They need somebody that you trust to turn into a traitor so that they can win them over and use it against you. They're puppets. They're not going to do it. Barzini's not going to do it, but he's going to use a close friend of yours, a family member, an ex-husband, an ex-wife, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a child. They just sit and wait until they figure out who amongst the group don't like this head person. And when they figure it out, they'll speak through them. Beware the puppet master. Beware of the Barzini. You don't see it coming because you always trust. So for this one, I would say, be careful of the one who always play the middleman in all of your conflicts. Y'all remember that in the movie. When the head godfather told his son, whoever comes to you to set up the arrangement for the meeting that's supposed to be done in peace, he said, that's your traitor. Be careful of the one who always plays the middleman in all of your conflicts. That's probably a traitor. The only way that they can guarantee peace and safety is they have to be in communication with both sides because they know both sides. I guarantee you, Professor X won't be here tonight because you know where I'm going to be at. That's the only way you can guarantee that. And then you can come to me. I guarantee you, Teddy Longlegs won't be there tonight because you don't talk to him. You already know his lifestyle. You know his setup. Beware of the one who always plays the middleman in your conflicts. Last but not least, watch out for your friends. I'm going to call it the Barzini blueprint. Yeah. Watch out for your friends who start acting funny after they've talked to another one of your friends. Watch out for them. That's real talk. If you have a friend and y'all been vibing well, and you've got another friend and you see them talking and hanging out, all y'all in the group, but when you see them engaged, laughing and giggling, one of them starts acting funny, watch out for them. There's a traitor. There's a Barzini in the group. They can't be trusted. That's the blueprint. In order to bring real deception and treachery and traitor, you have to have somebody like Barzini that's watching, that can't stand you, that you don't even is aware. That's why the Godfather said it was Barzini all along. He is responsible for getting my son killed. He is responsible for this meeting. He is responsible for the chaos. He is responsible for them trying to come up, trying to bring narcotics to me, knowing that I wouldn't go for it. He knew that my son would get emotional because in the movie, they slapped his sister, a dude, she was married to a dude that they didn't want her to marry, and he slapped her around, and they knew that she would get on the phone and call her brother, which was Sonny, and in his emotion, he will fly out there. And when he flew out there, they set him up and got rid of him. He's saying Barzini, the whole while, he knew he's responsible. It's going to be somebody in your circle. Probably not the loud one. But I would say in my life, the number one way that I've been able to discover is the one that I told you. They don't take sides with nobody. They say, man, back in the day, man, my name is Ben and I ain't in it. But somehow they know the details of the whole situation. The Barzini blueprint. Y'all got it. Get them out your camp. Bye.